And that's hindered them when they're dealing with grown women who have been allowed to share their emotions. Right. And we have a tendency to make excuses for why we won't go get help. You know, particularly men. I ain't throwing no shade, honey, but particularly men. Men feel like they cannot, a lot of men, I won't say all men because I love it when men come to counseling, but most men were raised not to go seek help emotionally. They were raised to what? Just be strong, just suck it up and be a man. And that's hindered them when they're dealing with grown women who have been allowed to share their emotions their entire lives. So as a man, here you are, ladies, here you are, you know, in your 30s and 40s trying to have an adult relationship, an emotional connection with a man who's not emotionally past the age of 5. That when he becomes grown, he's going to be in a relationship with a woman and he's not going to be able to articulate his emotions to her because you told him as an authority figure and somebody he loves and trusts early on that it's not okay for him to be vulnerable. Right. It's not okay for him to express his emotions. Sure. It's not okay for him to embrace the emotions that were a God-given gift. And so she said to me, I never realized I was teaching him not to share his emotions when I told him to toughen up. I said, that's what you're teaching him. And he's going to go through life thinking it's not okay for tears to drip from his eyes. It's not okay for him to feel sad. But he has to learn how to embrace all emotions. Oh, yeah. And embracing all emotions, he learns how to regulate them. That's what makes him a superhero.
Yeah, and that's one of the things I think we may have talked about before, that we have really done a major disservice to young boys and men because we taught them big boys don't cry. And so you're actually telling them don't show your emotions.
Yeah.
So they get into a relationship, get into a marriage, wives are trying to figure out why doesn't he communicate?
Why won't he talk to me?
You have shown him, not you, but we have been told that we're not supposed to show our emotions. So you got grown men who sit at a funeral, lost their child, lost their mom, lost their dad. They got sunglasses on, trying not to let a tear come down their face. And if a tear comes in their eyes, nobody can see it because they have sunglasses on. Because again, they have been taught, don't show your emotions. And so that's extra trauma, extra baggage that they're keeping inside.
Right.
And eventually going to get to a place where they explode.
And then what ends up happening, using that same scenario, they never are allowed to grieve.